Welcome back, everyone, to AI War 2. Last time we visited this campaign, we were focusing in on capturing this fleet next. That's what we're going to do, but it's going to be an uphill struggle. We have eliminated any incoming threats for the moment, but this is going to be a long fight, and we're definitely going to be outnumbered to start.
Commencing maneuver.
So jump in here, everybody, if you please. And we have a fun Diatritium Sniper Guardian over there, so I want to head that direction. And then at the same time, I want to build in here some turrets, because we're going to get visited by some unwanted guests. And if we only see Warden, we'll be lucky. I expect to probably see some Hunter and maybe some incoming cross-planet waves and who knows what else. So let's go ahead and want to eliminate you completely. And meanwhile, I'll be building our turrets up to add additional support. The bulwarks, of course, being good at absorbing firepower, which means we'll probably lose quite a few of them, but at the same time, that's kind of their purpose. Now let's add another one. Finish off that one first, please. There you go. What are you doing coming through here? Okay, that's border aggression. We can leave that alone for now. You're almost finished, though. You can see the disparity. It's not in our favor at the moment. Okay, let's run back here and help clear out this area. Another turret down. Let's get another one up. We've got a wave coming in to next door, so we'll probably want to help deal with that if we can. Yay, a raid engine's gonna strike us, because we got hauled out of the system by some tractor beams. Okay, let's try to move into this area, because you're not being particularly nice. Already lost a couple turrets. Let's keep them coming. Okay, we seem to be mostly clear here for the moment. I'm going to leave.
You can always count on us.
Just temporarily. And hopefully clear out. We need to get back in there before that counterattack becomes a big problem. Let's at least help the area. Even if we don't completely eliminate what's happening in here, let's clear out enough of it. And definitely add in some more turrets. How we doing? Let's see if we can get this down a little bit lower. Particularly if we can get rid of these gunboats, that would be really nice. Okay, I'm going to say I think that you can handle the rest of these Guardians. I hope you can. Move back in. Yeah, the Warden's coming. We definitely want to come back in here. Definitely, for sure, 100%. Let's try to meet him. And what do they have? There's actually not that much of the Warden. But there's more coming. Bit by bit. Our fleet is staying up. Our turrets are... Some are, some aren't. And you're almost finished building. Oh, lovely. Let's get rid of the force field, shall we? But overall, I think we're holding our own against the Warden here. It's just kind of a pain. We've been in here for a few minutes. We've lowered the resistance some, but what else have we really done? And yeah, they've got more ships in here now. And there's Hunter fleet pathing through, and they could just decide to attack. So that's no fun. We've got to get rid of this Warden, though, before we can really go help them again. And there's only so much time left on the counterattacks. I don't know if we can afford to really do that too much anyway. I'm going to hope that they can hold that out. But meanwhile, I think it'd probably be a good idea. I'm going to eliminate a couple guard posts here, but we probably should get set up here. Oh, goody. More fun. Okay, never mind. Let's hit the Warden. I'd like to eliminate their command station here and get set up ourselves, but there's the Hunter coming through. So it didn't decide to join in the attack, and it's getting chewed up here. They have basically evened this out. They're still getting sniped from long range, but not by a lot of ships. It looks like we're going to be okay in there, thankfully. That wave coming to our homeworld is not really going to do much. Okay, eliminate that one really quick, please. It's just an unarmed guard post. Get rid of some more friends coming through. Some of them are Hunter. And then let's get rid of this one. So we are very slowly making progress here. This one's going to take a bit of chopping down to do. How are you doing? I think we're still gradually winning that. A little bit of Warden coming in. I don't think it's going to be a significant concern. Okay. Let's take a moment now, and I'm going to clear you out. If for no other reason, then there's another fleet in here we can get. We can set up some turrets to help us out from the command station. I just want to grab this system at this point. I think we've done enough of the clearing out work. Alright.
But not by my hands. My hands would have been gentler in comparison.
Make sure everything stays clear while we build up our command station and its force fields. There we go. We have some more visitors coming. Let's get our turrets up. We just need to cover these two wormholes. So it is a good system to defend in that sense. And we'll throw up Gravity gens. Tachyons. The whole 9 yards. I think all of you now, the bulwark turrets, they can go away. You did a good job for us. It's just we want to set up everything else at this stage.
I'll see to it myself.
Yeah, we're losing some of this stuff as we build it up, but most of it remaining intact. Okay. And this is our new fleet coming up, which tackle drone launcher frigates are part of this, and so I'm going to keep them around because they don't work too well with all of the other ships in the same fleet, I find, particularly if I'm trying to micromanage them. They'll end up pushing fleets away from our ships, or the enemy ships away from ours, I should say. So that's actually the wrong way. I'm going to swap it the other way around. I'm just going to have the tackle drone launcher frigates in their own fleet. There we go. But let's get you all in pursuit and have you help us clear out this mess. Metal is going to go away very quickly.
Construction facilities nearly depleted. We're out of metal.
And I think let's focus in here. Let's get rid of some of these guard posts. Cats in Trenchcoat has now been fully cleared out and set up. Took quite a bit of time. We're up over half an hour now, but we do have quite low threat, which I'm happy with, and we've made some new discoveries. There's another major data center down here at Round Space Orb Thing, and Royal Aviary. This fleet is one that I may or may not want to consider in the future. On the other side, there is even more Argon, believe it or not, in Funky Horror, which has 2 of these, and also our next spawning set, first one after the start of the game, of CPA bunkers. Well, we don't know the Reconquista one, but we have a CPA bunker in Funky Horror. They don't show up on the galaxy map. I think that's a bug, unless you happen to have that planet in your vision. But still, this is going to be a target for us in that event. And then I'm a little bit concerned about this troop accelerator. This is a really nasty planet for this point of the game anyway. Ion cannon, we've got a fortress in there, the raid engine, etc. I don't want to let it keep building up, but I don't think I can afford to take on a mess like this yet, if I even could. So I don't know if there's much choice there, but just let them keep getting those reinforcements. And then this one, well, it's a Mark II planet, so I don't think it's really that important. I do want to invest tech-wise, boost our fleet as much as we can. There's sort of 3 choices here, I think, really. Artillery, like the concussion corvettes and the bombards. I probably want to boost this eventually, but in terms of now, I think we're going to get the most bang for the buck out of either exotic or melee. So I'm going to hit these 2. Both have multiple ship lines, both have some turrets that will benefit. And I'd like to think about, for example, doing a turret hull upgrade, but I really think I need the fleet power right now. I'm just going to have to wait on the turrets for the time being. I do want to get another turret line, though, to bolster our defense. So I'm going to head in that direction next, back to 3rd base.
Nav settings updated.
And we're now down to 200k left of our starting Argon. A little over a third. Okay, let's go ahead and unload everybody here. And our options are Dispersion, Acid, and Fuseball. And just from the tech levels, it's clear it's probably a no-brainer. But I also like the Acid better than any of these other ones. That damage amplification, now we've got a couple to feed off that, including the Subverter, which I think really synergizes well with acid, so no question that's the way we're going. Now, in terms of our tackle drone launchers, we can see them in place here. And the reason I like to keep them in a different fleet is, say we're trying to have all our ships in one fleet, we want to attack a specific target. Well, we click on it, and it's just going to push it further away because that's what the drones do. Now, on the other hand, if we just have them in one fleet by themselves on pursuit, and then the main body of our ships in another fleet that we can have attack specific target, then they really do their job well, which is, crowd control, keeping any enemies from escaping, pinning them to the edge of the system, and getting them out of the way. There are some players who really don't like tackle drone frigates. They find them to be annoying because of, they just want to put everything in one fleet and then it bothers them. But I think if you attach a little bit of work to them, and not that much, just, as I said, put them in their own fleet on pursuit and you kind of forget about it, then they can be quite effective. They're well worth it. So we have, you're coming in. Let's see where our exo wave is coming. It looks like, okay, it's going to come down here, and that's basically the path that's going to lead it around up this way and to probably our homeworld. I do want to do one additional hack in here, and I don't always hack the first ARS. I often don't. I don't want to take this planet yet because it would put me up to the second tier AI mark level. But there's enough good options in here that really fit, as it happens, with the tech picks we've done so far. Viral shredders are melee, autobombs are melee, and phantasmal host frigates are exotic. And I think that would give us another nice oomph to our fleet. The question is, which one? For the viral shredders, I really like the idea of those, making the additional copies. Again, they don't do that much damage each, but giving the enemy more targets to shoot at, that's always nice. Auto bombs, sometimes I don't like the metal cost, but we already have the gang saws that are gathering more metal for us as they fight. This could sort of balance that out, and they're really good against low armor targets. But we already have concussion corvettes filling that role. We don't have a high armor target option, and that's something Phantasmal host frigates do. We can also see that they've got the infinite range. I definitely like that. And then, which tech field am I going to want to invest most in long term? What I've seen so far, I think I'm leaning more towards the exotic than the melee. So it's a really tough call here for me between viral shredders and the frigates, and I may be making the wrong one, but I am going to go with the frigates in this case. So I want to dive in there. I'm just going to throw everybody in. I'm going to quickly clear out the system, and then we will move on. I can always go back and help these if we need, but really, I think I just want to do that, and while they're working on everything they're trying to do in there, I will just put up my turrets. And I'm also wanting to be saving up metal, if I can, after these turrets go up, for our next attack. Really same range turrets as the ones we already have in place, so it's not going to be any great mystery in how we're going to want to place them. And how are we doing? We've got some Warden in here, naturally. It's always good to punch them in the face when you have the opportunity. But this shouldn't be a hard system to just clean out, I wouldn't think. Now, if we decide to take this later, but we're still doing this first hack now, without doing that, it's going to cost us 12 hacking compared to the reduced price we could get. But I don't think that that's something I'm going to be overly concerned about. I'll gladly take that 12 hacking hit to keep myself under that next mark level for a while longer. And actually the exogalactic force coming in here, so we're just cleaning that up while we get this done. And I don't think they have a whole lot left. There we go. Let's grab our next frigate then.
Hacking initiated.
We're just going to let everybody do their thing and clean out this mess. And that should take care of what we're going to need so far. I don't think there's really anything more I can usefully do at the moment to boost my force. So, when we return for the next episode, we will be diving into Hard 1, which actually is not going to be as bad as I initially thought, but we'll get into why that is. And take our next step, hopefully securing some Argon as we continue to chip away at our starting supply, and seeing what's next out there in the galaxy. Thanks for watching. AIWar 2 will return.